Hi there, this is Math 8, Unit 5, Lesson 14, Finding Cylinder Dimensions. Alright, so the first one, of course, is your cool down, kind of wrapping up today's lesson. We've been talking about volume still, and volume of a cylinder is found by finding pi times radius squared times the height of the cylinder to find out what the volume is going to be. And in this case here, it says this cylinder has a volume of 12 pi cubic inches and a diameter of 4 inches. So they give us some different type of numbers. It wants us to determine the radius and the height, all of which you can do by setting, putting these things in place we need to go, right? That volume would go right there. A diameter is going to be the whole length across. So if the whole length is 4 and a radius is half of that, what could that be? So use what they give you here in order to figure out what the radius and the height of that object is going to be. Number 2, the volume of a cylinder is 1632 inches cubed. The height is 24 inches. Sketch the cylinder and mark the radius and the height. Okay, so we're going to draw a cylinder like so. Okay, and our radius can be right here, which we don't know what it is, so we'll write R. We know the height is 24 inches there. That's what we know so far. So what is the area of the base? Now the area of the base is going to be pi r squared. That's the area of the base times the height and the volume. Now what they gave us here was a volume amount, which was 1632 equaled pi, and then the radius we don't know, r squared, times the height. We do know the height. We also know what pi is going to be. So it doesn't say what to approximate this as, but we probably could figure that out, or we could leave it in terms of pi. The area of the base, though, is just going to be whatever pi r squared is. So to get pi r squared by itself, we can divide both sides by 24. And when we do that, 1632 divided by 24 is 68. So 68 actually equals pi r squared. And so we would say the area of the base is 68 inches squared. And that's all we have to actually do. I don't have to worry about pi or anything else. That is all it's asking me to do there, the area of the base. Okay, because found by doing pi r squared. Handy. Number 3, a drink coaster in the shape of a cylinder has a volume of approximately 95.43 centimeters cubed and a radius 4.5. Alright, draw a quick sketch. So we're going to draw a quick sketch of a drink coaster. It's like a little circular thing you might put a cup down on if you had a cup and you don't want to make a little ring mark on your mom or dad's table. So we have this here. We have a radius of 4.5 centimeters. We don't know a height quite yet, and we're given a volume. Approximately how many coasters would you need to reach a height of 7.5 centimeters? Well, to figure that out, we have to know how much one coaster has a height of, what the height of one coaster is. So to do that, what we'll do is we're going to take our volume. Again, remember, volume equals pi r squared times h. And what information did they give us? They gave us 95.43 for a volume. So we can put that there. We can make pi equal to 3.14. The radius, we know we have a radius of 4.5, and we're going to square that, and then we know we have an h left over. So just plugging in the parts that we know, we have an equation that looks like this. 95.43 equals 3.14 times 4.5 squared times h. Alright, a lot of crazy numbers there. So, can we figure this out? Sure we can. So let's keep working. 95.43 equals 3.14. Now 4.5 squared is actually equal to 20.25. Alright, we have an h here. So now the next step is to start, we can multiply this together and then divide however you want to go about it. I went ahead and multiplied mine together first, so multiplying those together, we still have 95.43 over here. These combine to make 63.585 times h. So now when I divide both sides by 63.585, I can get a value of h. So 95.43 divided by 63.585 is actually equal to 1.5. So my height here is going to be 1.5 centimeters. Okay, so I got that down. That's awesome. But now I need to figure out how many does it take to get to 7.5. In other words, as an algebra problem, if I know that 1 is equal to 1.5, how many coasters, x, would I need to make 7.5 centimeters? So I know 1 is 1.5. How many would I need to get to 7.5? So I divide both sides by 1.5 by 1.5, and you find that x equals 5. So I would need 5 coasters in order to reach a height of 7.5. So lots of work there, but it does work out. So this is just one of those lessons where you be very careful in how you multiply and divide, and make sure you kind of watch what you're doing carefully, because it's easy to make a simple computational error. And I make them all the time, and then I go oops, and then go fix it. That's all we do. All right, moving on to kind of our review ones here. First we have to simplify. So this one we're going to simplify if we're multiplying by a half. Remember, to multiply by a half is the same as dividing by 2. It's the same idea. So 18 divided by 2 is 9x. I can combine these first of all. That would be probably the easiest thing. So negative 25 plus 17 combined to make a negative 8. I like that. Now negative 8 divided by 2 is a negative 4, and we're all done there. If you didn't combine those, you end up with two fractions that you have to put back together, and you still end up with negative 4. Don't forget here, same thing. We're dividing everything by 3 this time, all the way across. Easy breezy. And let's look at number 6. Another system of equations. Good practice. I'll do one of these with you, and you'll do the other on your own. Let me do the first one. So, yeah. So I'll do the first one here. So we're going to take this value of y right there, and we're going to place it right there in that y. Okay? So rewriting the equation, I have negative 3x minus 2 times the value of this y. 5x minus 7 equals negative 12. Alright, now we're going to distribute, and we'll see what we come up with. Negative 3x, and I have negative 2 times 5 is negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14. All equals negative 12. Let's subtract 14 from both sides. The signs are the same, so we find the sum, and we keep the sign the same. And over here, the signs are the same, so we find the sum and keep this sign the same. Negative 13x equals negative 26. Divide both sides by negative 13, and x is going to be equal to 26 divided by 13 is actually 2, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So x equals 2. Now we don't know what the y value is. We have to plug it back in to one of the equations. So y equals, let's use this one, 5 times 2 minus 7. 5 times 2 is 10 minus 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. So when we have our coordinates, 2, 3 becomes our solution. And that's it for number 6. You're going to do the same idea for number 7. The trick here is that you first need to move this over there. So we add 5x, so that y equals negative 3 plus 5x. Then take this amount and put it right there, and then solve for x. Okay? I'll let you do that. That's it for today. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.